What's up, y'all?
Hi, guys.
We're excited to finally be having our Plant Burger people on. This is the perfect time for you to subscribe.
That's right. Subscribe, click that bell, and let's go.
Yeah.
Paragon 7 Studio between him and me. There's a night, there's no tricks. Ooh, there's a love.
Welcome to Just John and April,
Hey.
the relationship podcast, your place to level up your intimacy. Paragon 7 Studios, Lance J Radio Network. We're here on WOL 95.9 in DC, WVOL in Nashville.
Yes.
And we're very excited. You guys know that we're a relationship show. And today we're talking about our relationship to food.
Listen, we are foodies.
Yes, we are.
And I when I say this, I feel kind of bad, but we live to eat. I don't know if we eat. No, am I saying that right?
We do not eat to live. We live to eat.
That's right. We live to eat.
You got it right the first time. That is exactly right.
That's really bad.
Shouldn't you feel bad about that, though? There's a lot of foodies out there like us. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's true. I know. But I do live to eat. Like, if I can't eat, I don't know if I want to live.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're listening to us, you have no idea what we're wearing. But if you're watching, you can see we've got our Plant Burger merch on. I went by the Bethesda office the other day and met with one of the co-founders named Jonah. And really nice guy. And honestly, everybody in that building was nice. I mean,
I wish I was there with you.
I wish you could have come and experienced it because they didn't know me from Adam.
Yeah.
I asked Jonah later, did anybody know I was coming? They didn't even know I was coming. The people I saw, they just invited me in and, hey, have a seat.
Yeah,
you want some tea?
I was thinking they must have known you were coming.
No, that's what I thought too.
Wow,
I was like, oh yeah, they know we're coming. We're doing the show, and so they did it. So they were really nice. So anyway, gave us some shirts and stuff. As you can see, I'm wearing this plant.
So you're just thinking about food. You can't
I'm talking about eating. Exactly. So we're excited because we have some special guests.
Yes, and if you watched our reels lately on IG, we're pretty obsessed with Plant Burger. Yes. And it's crazy how it started because you just brought me Plant Burger one day to work.
Exactly.
As a surprise.
Yes.
I had never had it.
I hadn't either.
And you hadn't had it?
No,
you
I
had it already.
Once. You're right. I had that one time.
You brought it to me, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you're joking, right?
Right.
Because you just don't find that often, and it tasting that good.
That's the thing.
My reaction was real.
Yes, that's the thing about it. You don't find it where it actually tastes good, where you don't know that it was a plant-based
exactly.
something, you know what I'm saying?
So, guys, in fact, we have a special discount code for the new patty melt, and it's so delicious.
Yeah, we had it yesterday.
And we'll give it out at the end of the show, so stick around.
Yeah, make sure you stick around.
You definitely want that.
We're excited, though, today to have our special guests. We have celebrity chef and chairman of the DC Food Policy Council. He is the co-founder of Plant Burger, and he's actually the head of the culinary. He's the culinary director for Plant Burger. His name is Chef Spike Mendelsohn.
Yes, and because we are a relationship show, we are also blessed to have his wife Cody on the air as well. Welcome, Spike and Cody.
Welcome, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Going really well.
I have to tell you guys, you almost lost my wife and I on the opening music. That was so sexy and so sexy. How are you gonna do us like that?
It's so funny. My boy from college is the one that made that. His name is Eric Bluetooth Griggs. He actually works with Dr. Dre now and stuff, and he let us use his music. So we were using it for a long time.
That's old music too.
Yeah, it is pretty sexy.
Still timeless. Yeah, it's timeless.
Yes.
Glad you guys.
Well,
like it.
Thank you guys so much for coming on Just John and April. We're so excited to have you. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Thank you so much for having us on your show.
Yeah, we're doing awesome. I mean, we had Valentine's Day was yesterday, so what good timing for us to jump on the show about relationships.
We agree.
But everything's going well. I mean, we're we couldn't be happier with what we've been doing with Plant Burger. And thank you guys for, by the way, I think I saw you in the office. I might have been in one of the meeting rooms, and maybe when you walked in, I didn't get a chance to connect with you.
You know what, Cody? I just realized that was you. So really? You were in the office, you were having a meeting. I came in with my hat on and my mask and everything, and now I'm looking at your eyes. I recognize you because you had your mask on when you were talking, and you waved me in, and I said, hey, I'm waiting for Jonah. He said, yeah, go have a seat. I mean, I wouldn't have waved some stranger in. I would have been like, "What are you doing here?"
Oh man.
I love the culture. The culture of the place comes through when you walk in. There's something that's genuine about the way that you guys do what you do. And honestly, you didn't have to be like that. We already love your food, but now we like you even more.
Exactly. And as I look at the picture here of you two, Cody, I hope you're okay with me asking you this. Were you a model? Because I don't think people just look like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
First the music, now
Seriously.
the compliments to my wife. You guys have got me going crazy.
You've seen her. You know.
No.
That's very nice of you. And yes, a long time ago, I was a model.
Wow. You called it, babe.
You got to
Wow.
actually the genesis of us meeting was it kind of goes back a little because Cody was a grid girl. Not only was she a model, but she was a grid girl. And for those who don't know what the grid is, it's like during these. Well, why don't you explain it, babe?
It was for Formula One racing.
Really?
So you go onto the grid, onto
Yes.
the starting grid, and hold the driver's sign or maybe his flag from his country. You just you're part of the opening ceremony of the race.
Wow.
And
That
we
is so
and
cool.
we met at what was the event?
We met not having to do with Formula One, but we were at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for a kickoff party at the for the Indianapolis 500.
Yeah, what was the
Okay.
event called? What was it called?
It was called Indy Rev.
Yeah, Indie Rep. She would have never been there if she wasn't a grid girl. You guys met.
Wow.
By the way, I abandoned my station, which I was supposed to be working with a company there, and I chased Cody around literally the track a million times. Like I was just like, I lost my endorsement that day. But I gave
Wow.
it
All worth it, right? All worth it.
Yeah.
Listen, you can always tell a real man when he's willing to share that it
Exactly.
wasn't his wife who was trying to find him. It was
Exactly.
him chasing after her.
That's right.
Oh yeah. I told my friend. I was like, see that woman right there? That's my wife.
Wow.
That is awesome. So how long have you two been married?
We met in 2014 and we got married in 2015.
Wow.
It was a pretty quick. We just knew.
We did it hard. We met, we got engaged, we got married, we had a kid, and then we started to get to know each
Yeah,
other.
we went the other way.
Hey, that way works
I didn't
too.
even know she was vegan. I didn't even know she was vegan until she was married. Until I was married to her.
Wow.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
Holding out on me.
So-
Can you believe that?
So the way that you say that, Spike, that gives me the impression that you're not vegan. So Cody's vegan, Spike is not vegan. How does that work?
Right.
What do you? And you're still not vegan now.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you are. Are you
Yeah.
vegan now, Spike?
Well, I'm what you call. There's a very fancy name in the industry these days. A flexitarian, which
Yeah.
I've heard that.
which means I pretty much eat anything, but not really. I mean, what it means is that I live a much more plant-based forward diet, and I'm a lot more conscious about what I eat. Right?
Yeah.
I haven't completely went vegan or vegetarian, and that's not really what I preach. I want everybody to feel comfortable in their own eating habits. I just preach a little bit more balance. That I feel comfortable telling people is like, listen, we could switch things up a little bit, but really, when I met Cody, I was, giving her butter and cooking her fish, and I mean, I was wooing her with all my skills as much as I could. But slowly but surely, she got to me. Yeah, she got me. No, it worked out quite well. I have to tell you, it's a lot of fun. I mean, she's the inspiration. By the way, you have Cody to thank for Plant Burger because I had Good Stuff Eatery and a couple other establishments, and she was always asking me. She's like, "Well, why can't you get an all plant based burger on the menu or what have you?" And we never really kind of paid too much attention to it. But then she just kept on pressing, and by luck. Of sheer just luck, I met Seth Goldman, which is my co-founder.
Right.
And he handed me some Beyond Meat burgers on a panel.
Mm.
And he said, "Hey, I heard you're the Burger King." And he had no clue my wife was vegan or anything. He just wanted me to test this plant-based product out. And
Yeah.
I took him home and I grilled him up. And I never seen Cody gush so much. So I knew we were onto something. She finally could have her burger moment at home. So.
Yes.
I was like, are you sure these are vegan? It tasted so meaty.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, to someone who especially hasn't had, real animal meat for so long, it was like, what, are you tricking me here?
Right.
But,
Yeah.
they were vegan and so delicious. And now I finally got to really taste a Spike Mendelsohn burger.
Wow.
And I can confirm they're very good.
So I do want to thank you then, Cody, because
Yes.
April and I have been enjoying this for a while. So until this year, Spike, I was just like you. My wife has been vegan or veganish for
Yes, I've
however
been
many
veganish.
years.
Yeah.
And I was basically like you, kind of a flexitarian, because April does the most cooking in the home. Most of the time, the things we're eating were plant-based type things. But, Super Bowl party, I'm going to have wings. Thanksgiving, I'm having turkey, whatever. But this year, we decided to just go completely plant-based for the first 3 months of the year. So we're still in it right now, doing well. And Plant Burger has helped.
It has. We love that comfort food. So.
Yes, we do. Absolutely. It is
So
amazing.
good. So,
Well,
go ahead.
I
Go
was
ahead.
going to ask you. So, did you guys do Veganuary? Or did you is that how you
Yeah,
started?
we started with
Yes.
January. So
Yep.
let me just tell you how this kind of happened. So we were supposed to do something with Plant Burger in January, and we couldn't get the timing worked out. And so MB, who you know very well, had Tracy on our show instead, Tracy McWhorter, and she was doing this Veganuary thing. And so that must have been December, actually, because we started the new
That's
year
true.
doing
Yeah, it was
Veganuary. So it
December
must have
that
been
we talked to
December.
her. Yeah, that we interviewed
And so
her.
it was the end of the year, and we interviewed her. When we heard about it, we said, we love that. We're going to do it. And so we jumped on. And so that's kind of how it started. So it was Plant Burger's fault all the way around. You know what I'm saying?
We'll take the credit.
Yeah, so thank you. Thank you very much.
So we're talking about, Spike cooking and everything. So Cody, what's it like to be married to a celebrity chef? Does he do all the cooking? How often do you eat normal meals? Because when I think about people married to chefs, I'm like, oh man, they have to be good eating every night.
Maybe you should be asking Spike what it's like to be married to a model.
Oh, maybe. Yes, both questions.
Yeah. While Cody answers this question, I have my pinching hand at my disposal.
No, I'm kidding. No. Being married to a celebrity chef definitely has its perks, and he does know how to throw down in the kitchen, and has fed me very well. I also enjoy cooking, so I do a lot of the day-to-day cooking here at the house.
Okay.
Nice.
Spike is busy feeding a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of the cooking here, and he has actually taught me a lot of different skills and techniques and things like that. And we often joke about having a show called "But Do You Know What You're Doing Wrong?" He'll always come into the kitchen when I'm cooking and go, "Yeah, that looks great, but you know what you're doing wrong." And then he'll show me something. I'm like, okay, but it's I'm smart like a fox, because then I just kind of let him take over.
There
And
you
I
go.
back slowly back out of
There you go.
That's a good plan.
So is it intimidating then to be in the kitchen knowing he might lurk and be looking around? If he's at the office or something like that, you don't have to worry. But if he's going to be there, he's going to definitely criticize what you're making.
Yeah, I mean, I have really worked on my knife skills, so I don't get any heat from him there. There's a lot of wee chef going on.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
There's a lot of wee wife going around in the house.
Oh, that's a good answer. So Spike, you grew up in the restaurant business, I understand. Didn't your parents own restaurants and stuff like that? And don't you have multiple? Plant Burger's not the only one you founded. You just mentioned one earlier. Good Eats? Is that what you said?
Good Stuff Eatery and
Stuff.
We Eat a Pizza. Yeah. So I grew up in the family restaurant business in Montreal, big Greek family. It goes back to my grandfather and their parents in the business were butchers. And so, yeah, I grew up in a very hearty restaurant culture in Montreal. And then we spent some time in Europe with the family, and then moved to the United States, where we continued to open up restaurants. So yeah, I mean, restaurants have always been part of my life. I mean, I grew up in a Spanish restaurant in Florida that my parents owned, where I kind of learned how to cook the beginnings. if you will. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's where I washed dishes. I did everything. I
Yeah.
hosted. I lit the place up on fire. I did all the right and wrong things
Wow.
at that restaurant before going to culinary school, and then after culinary school, that's kind of when I started traveling the world for work. So.
Wow. So
Yeah.
we need to take a quick break, but I want to ask you guys this before we go to break, and that is, do you have a plan, a way that you kind of balance your work life?
Yeah.
Like, are you good with work life balance?
'Cause it sounds like
as
a lot.
couple? It sounds like
you
a
have
lot.
a lot of restaurants,
Right.
and you're a chef as well.
Right.
I mean, that's a lot alone.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, if you ask my wife this question, she'll probably get a different answer. And if you ask me, you'll get one.
So we
I
definitely want to
think-
hear from her then.
I'm gonna flank her before she flanks me. But listen, like I'm a product of work. That's how I grew up. I grew up in the business.
Yeah.
It's I stay up late, and
Mm-hmm.
I know it's kind of my a little bit of my kryptonite because I take on too much, and I love to be creative. But at the same time, on the other side of that, like it's what keeps me going. It's what keeps me inspired, and it's what I love to do. So I feel lucky, and then I feel especially lucky because we do get to balance our personal time. I mean, we're fortunate. We take some good trips throughout the year, and
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
we're able to inject culture and life into our lives at whenever we deem that we want to. So it's a good situation. I mean, but you can always, if anything, the pandemic I think made everyone realize what was on their plate.
Yeah.
And I think people started looking at like, all right, well, what's really important to me?
Right,
and I think there was a lot of noise in everyone's lives.
Yeah.
So, if anything, I always try to look at the good of any situation. If anything, I felt that made people look a lot more inside of what they're doing. So, we're doing the same thing right now to ourselves. So.
Yeah. You want to
Hey,
take
what do you got?
You want to take a stab at that, Cody?
I mean, he is a very busy guy from, the moment I met him. I mean, he was traveling for work when I met him.
Mhm.
So, he's always sort of been this person. It's not like anything has changed.
Yeah.
Like, oh, surprise, now I travel and do all these things. That's
Mhm.
that's consistent. So, I kind of knew what it was going to be like. And before we had our son, I got to go on a lot of these really awesome trips with him, which is fantastic. And we've made so many memories all over the world.
I'm sure.
And, been so blessed to eat amazing food everywhere.
Yes.
And, just meet so many wonderful people around the world and just kind of like learn and grow together. So that's been awesome. And, like you said, he pulls really long hours, and I'm kind of like ready to go to bed before he is. I mean, there's definitely some schedule differences, but ultimately it's those moments where we do get to go and travel as a family now with our son and take some time that we really treasure and just soak up every single moment.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
I think Spike's happy with that answer. That's good.
He was pinching me the whole time.
I could remove the pillow from her face.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
That
my
is
goodness.
funny.
Well, we'll be right back in a second with Spike and Cody.
In DC, you are listening to Just John and April on the Lance J Radio Network.
Hey.
John and April here, and we're excited. In the middle of a conversation with, I don't know why, it just feels like these are like nice people. Like I would say, like Spike and Cody are friends of ours.
I
You know what I'm
know.
saying?
Like, I feel like we've known them for some time.
Yeah, they're like
you
cool
know?
people. You know
I
what I'm
know.
saying? And we're excited to have them with us if you've been with us already, and want to just ask them a couple more questions. Couple of these questions are a little bit more on the plant burger side. You guys got a lot going on there, Spike. And we're very interested in it because we're fans of the food. We love the way it makes us feel. We actually spent our Valentine's Day last night in Plant Burger at the Columbia Whole Foods,
Yay.
eating those new patty melts.
Yes, I need you to
Yes.
know I don't go to restaurants anymore.
Right. We haven't been to restaurants
we
with the
really have
pandemic.
not.
Right.
So to sit down and actually eat,
That was nice.
I mean, it was nice.
Yeah.
And that patty melt, oh
Yeah,
my
man.
goodness.
It's really good. So we'll tell you about that
I
in a
like the
second.
patty melt
Yeah, it's really, really
better
good.
than the burger.
Yeah. Like, so
And the
for real.
burger's really
And
good.
the burger's off the chain.
Listen, I have a soft spot for patty melt, so I'm in.
Yeah, we are too. We're all in. So I don't know what we have to do. That's actually one of the questions I'm going to ask you. But okay, so here's what I want to know. Plant Burger gives us the ability to settle a real craving in a like legitimate way, where back in the day when you ate something that was plant based, you automatically had like maybe a rice cake in your mind or something. I don't know. It wasn't going to taste anywhere near
No.
what it really would taste like if you're a meat eater.
Right.
And so Plant Burger gives us the ability to kind of really enjoy meat without eating meat.
Yeah, and I need to say this because we are like always trying to find a vegan spot.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm serious. It's rare that I get a vegan burger
Yes.
and like
April's tried every vegan burger there
I'm
is.
like my eyes are closed.
Right,
I'm
right,
in
right.
my own world. Like that doesn't happen
Yeah,
often.
yeah.
Right.
So when I bit into the burger and that happened, I was like, what is going on here?
Right.
What in the world? So yeah.
So anyway, is this what you had in mind when you just credited your wife for being the person that kind of inspired Plant Burger? But is that what you wanted? Do you want it to be something where if a person ate meat, they could have like an alternative that was legitimately could settle their meat needing crave or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You guys are totally talking about everything that I would hope people would talk about when they reference Plant Burger. So, I mean, I like indulgent food. I like fast food. I grew up on fast food. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. I'm trying to right the wrongs. But I also grew up with home cooked meals at home. Right, I came from a very rich family that had not rich in dollars, but rich in food.
Yes.
And culinary skills. But when we came out with Plant Burger, the way we wanted to position it is we didn't want to be a brand or an offering just for vegans or vegetarians, right? For a couple reasons, right? One, that's not too financially sound, right? we're not making any money here solely on vegans and vegetarians.
Right.
Two, there was a larger piece of the puzzle of advocacy behind the brand, right? So Seth, myself, and everyone else involved we're really into food policy and really improving what's happening in the food space right now, and especially when you look at climate change and things of that sort, right? And one of the things you can really take control that's very transparent is you can take your own diet into your own hands, right? So we always say that there's a new term being coined also in the space that there's this eco anxiety. People don't know what to do. Right? It's hard to understand at times, and you can vote every 2 years, you can vote every 4 years, but every day you can take matters into your own hands and vote with your own dollars, right? And I'm not saying people need to be completely plant-based or anything like that, but if there is going to be a massive shift in the food system, we have to realize that people like what they like to eat. They like these indulgent foods, right? So if there was a way to take America's favorite foods and make them greasy, delicious, full of texture, have those milkshakes, have those fries there, right? I'm not saying that's what you need every day, right? Everything's balanced, right? You need everything's balanced, right? I'm not preaching eat Plant Burger every day,
right?
But eat Plant Burger every day.
Yeah, of course.
And that was the key moment for us, right? If I could, and it's not even disguising a burger, if I can make a burger that's delicious, like any other burger, it just happens to be plant-based, that's what we were going to market with. And you know what? You couldn't do this 5 years ago.
No, you could not.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the aha moment for me is when Seth gave me that Beyond Meat. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
And I saw that smile on my wife's face. I was like, okay, well, happy wife, happy life. Let's go. Beyond Meat burgers, right? So, but then when I started even diving in deeper, right, because I didn't know, you can't just stop the patty, right? meat is part of the burger, but everything else, the toppings, the bun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
So when I realized that there was companies like Follow Your Heart out there with like cheese that melts,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
other cheese.
Yeah.
There's like these plant-based mayonnaises,
Right.
right? There's all these different ingredients that you can use that I didn't really realize. That's kind of what excited me about the space, because I wasn't bored, but I was looking for innovation in my life in the culinary sector, right? And the plant-based space really allowed me to do that. It really inspired me. It allowed me to be innovative in so many different ways. And we had a very interesting opportunity pre-pandemic, a couple months with Whole Foods to kind of test the market out, right? To test the burger brand. So we opened up our first one in Silver Spring, as you know.
Yeah.
Yep. We go to that one regularly. That's by my job. So that's the first one I had. Was in Silver Spring.
Yeah, that one went gangbusters. I mean,
it did.
we had a small 115 square foot little space there. And not only did it have fantastic sales, it had a fantastic community of people that were engaged. And it wasn't just vegetarian or vegan. We actually had a lady, by the way, eating there for months.
Oh, my goodness.
And finally, Jonah, which you met, actually, this is a funny story I always tell about Jonah. He had walked up to her just because he's such a good guy. And he's like, listen, he's like, I've noticed you here. He's like, I'm always usually too busy, but I just want to thank you so much for the support for Plant Burger, right?
Wow.
And she kind of looked at him, and she's like he had like three heads, and she goes, "What?" He goes, "No." He's like, I'm just, thank you for showing the support for this plant-based concept." And she's like, "What are you talking about?"
She didn't even know.
She didn't even know. She thought Jonah was like tricking her, or like,
oh my goodness,
am I getting punked?
Wow.
And she'd be eating it for months.
Yeah, months.
Oh,
and he literally had to get staff members to come be like, no, like this is Plant Burger, and she's still a great customer, but it's a great story. And to what you were saying, like we want people, we want meat eaters to also realize that this is something for them, right?
Right.
People are looking ways to, we have a lot of diabetes, obesity. People are doctors are telling people to have less cholesterol in their diets, which comes from a lot of meat eating, right? So, for those people that do love that stuff, you have to incorporate a little bit of balance. So why not have a choice like Plant Burger is basically, how we come at it.
Yeah,
so,
that's great.
And on top of it, I have to say, democratizing the plant-based space is important to us, right? Making it affordable for all.
Yes.
Definitely.
The unfortunate part, and you mentioned a little bit of my policy chops, is that, food deserts, and communities from low-income communities don't have the advantages of some of these other communities where there's a lot more education and food. There's a lot more offerings of a variety of foods, right? And they're usually, left just to have fast food, right? I'm not here to like say what McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's are doing, like all those fast food are doing it wrong. They came at a certain time in history. I could respect that. They do a lot of good and charitable, but the fact is that diet is not good for you, right?
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So here we come in with another alternative.
Yep.
And it's not as cheap as those places, but it's definitely getting closer, and we offer that at a good price. So that's kind of where our successes have been so far, and we'll see, where they go.
I'm so glad you said that, Spike. A big audience that we have is in DC, and food deserts that's a real thing, and there are people in low-income areas who just can't afford, which is sad, to be able to eat healthily.
Yeah.
And the things that are available to them are a lot lower quality. And I love the fact that that's part of your mission. And so we support it even more now, even more wholeheartedly.
And congrats. Yeah.
Well, Tracy's a great friend, by the way, and she preaches a lot about Whole Foods too. But she's shown a lot of support for what we do. I think there's a space for both, right?
Yes.
Whole fruits and vegetables, and reinventing what the processed food is, right? Because it's not only better for the planet doing those type of processed foods, but it's better for you too, right?
Yeah.
It's like the nugget is an easy swap. I tell people,
right?
It's the easiest swap. Like that's a processed nugget. Have this plant-based processed nugget.
Yeah.
It's the same texture, it's the same flavor.
Right.
It's the dipping sauce, guys.
That's right. And I had those last night with my patty melt, and they were amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and my milkshake.
So so once people could realize that, like even you mentioned milkshakes. Oh, I was a huge 2%er. Right? What does that mean? Yeah, my wife's looking.
Milk.
Be careful. Check 2% milk.
Yeah,
Yes,
of course. Yeah.
And I know we're in DC, but not everybody thinks this way. That when you say the 2%ers, I love my vegan Oreo and 2% milk for years. Right? I always had that. That was my jam. And then I went to oat-based milk, and I never looked back.
Yeah.
It was another easy swap, and we have these delicious oat tasty shakes.
Mm-hmm.
At Plant Burger. We got Oreo, mint Oreo. We do
we had the mint Oreo last night. Yeah.
I have not dipped French fries in a milkshake in years.
Yeah, and
so
she
to
did
be
it
able
last
to do
night.
that and it actually tastes.
Yeah, it's really
good.
That
Wendy's Frosty style, right?
Exactly right.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. So congrats on your new standalone location in Union Square in Manhattan, New York.
Yes, I'm from New York, by the way.
And John's
so
from
I'm
New
very
York,
happy to
and
see
we have
that.
a lot of friends there actually, and so we're like,
Yes,
guys,
y'all gotta
they
check
have
it
a
out.
Plant Burger. So how did the grand opening go? Yeah.
Did you go with him, Cody? Were you guys
were
there
you there?
together?
Yeah, I took the train up with our son Ace,
Nice.
and of course, we would not miss that for anything. That's that first brick and mortar store outside of a Whole Foods, and New York came out and showed love, and we feel so honored that they accepted us with open arms, and now they're hugging on us.
We were on the NASDAQ screen. I don't know if you saw that. But they put us on the NASDAQ. We haven't even IPO'd yet. We were like, what?
Wow.
This is amazing.
That is huge.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness, man.
So we got to, I used to work in New York, too, about over a decade ago. So I had a lot of my chops there. And it was a warm welcoming. We had Rocco DeSpirito at the opening. We had Amber Rels welcoming us, Rachel Reyes, and Daniel Ballou.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a lot of great chefs welcoming us. And we're excited. I mean, listen, we're about, not even a half block away from Union Square Market. We're across the street from the climate change building. That countdown that they're doing?
Yes.
Wow.
Which we thought that was so funny. I didn't even realize that. But so apparently there's 7 years till climate change is irreversible. So there's the countdown clock right in front of our restaurant.
Wow.
I thought that was a good omen.
That is fitting.
Yeah, very.
Now, did you realize that your Bethesda office is right next to a Five Guys? I saw that when I went yesterday. I was like, wow, this is hilarious.
Listen, we're Five Guys about to be 4 guys, then 3 guys, then 2 guys, then no guys. We're about to lose all the guys.
Right.
I thought that was so funny yesterday when I got there. I said, I actually put it on my story on Instagram. I was like, what in the world? Oh, my goodness. I wonder if they did this on purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the last question, Spike, and this is a serious question, even though we're gonna laugh when we say it. We're like dead serious though. We had the patty melt yesterday. Mm-hmm. Is that a permanent menu item? And if it's not, what do we have to do? What do we have to give Cody?
Petition do we have to sign? Sick Cody on you.
Whatever. What do we have to do to make it so that joint is on there from now on?
Yeah. Well, we work with our LTOs specifically to test the market out and see what does stick and what doesn't, and then we look at it. There's part of this business. There's things that we like to keep. For instance, like the McRib sandwich at McDonald's, right? Like everyone gets excited for that, like a certain part of the year, right? For instance,
because it's not always there.
Because it's always there. I'm not saying that's what we'll do with the patty melt, but we're always looking for like signature items like that people can look forward to our brand. So it's going really successful with the patty melt. Like I told you, I grew up eating patty melts all the time. It is a burger just on a different style bun, basically, right? So and I like the toastiness of the bun.
Yes,
agreed.
That's the thing.
You get a little added extra texture on that one.
And it's that potato bun. Oh my goodness! You put like some vegan butter on top.
The Lord have mercy. Man, I was.
Yeah, I've been challenging our culinary team to come up with a homemade spicy ketchup to accompany that patty melt.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because that's how I ate patty melts back in the day.
Okay.
Patty melt and ketchup. So yeah, I mean, and like anything else you get done in DC, you guys need a petition about it. Get your signs, get on the hill, lobby for the patty melt.
We will lobby.
Let's put it to a vote.
Yes.
Let's put it to a vote.
Yes.
Agreed. That's a great idea.
Thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
Yes, we
This has
really
been
appreciate
great.
this. This has been amazing. It's been nice getting to know you a little bit. So thank you. I think our
Yes.
audience will love this episode.
I think so too.
And so, how old is Ace? You mentioned him a second ago.
He is 5.5. He will not let
wow.
you forget about that hat.
Yeah, 5.5,
Aw.
going on 18. I think
I think
he
he's
said.
cooking right now.
Yeah, I think he's
Is he
cooking? Right
cooking?
now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good family business.
That's
Nice.
right. Keep it going.
Exactly.
Yeah. Got to get him cooking young. I
Yeah.
want my breakfast in the morning ready to go when I wake up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Love it. Love
You know
it.
what? I have to say, the vibes have been so good with you guys. Thank you so much for having us. So many laughs. We like to laugh, but I feel
We
like
do too.
we've laughed a lot
We had
today.
a good giggle.
Just-
Guys,
That's how our show is. We love
Oh, yeah,
laughing
we
too.
love laughing.
It doesn't make any sense with all these things that are going on in the world, with how terrible things are. You might as well
Yeah.
enjoy the things that you can enjoy. You can
Exactly.
always enjoy each other, and that's what we try to do.
Yeah.
So, thank you for
Yeah.
doing that.
And
You guys
got
started
some
off with
amazing-
laughs.
You say
you guys
what?
have some amazing podcasting voice.
Yeah.
Oh,
thank
you very much.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Our voices definitely don't sound as good as theirs. You
Well,
guys got some
It's
smooth
It's just the mic.
it's the mics.
It's the mics. You guys are on the phone. That's the only reason why.
Right. Right.
Okay, we're gonna go buy mics now.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks a lot, guys. So hope we'll be able to meet you one day soon.
Yeah, that
Well,
would
I
be
guess I
great.
would be meeting Spike again since I met him already, but we didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know.
Right, I didn't realize it was him. But
Yes.
We'll go enjoy a plant burger together in person.
that's
That
a
would
great
be
idea.
awesome.
I love that.
Right.
Yes.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Thank you so much.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Wow, that was great.
It was.
Those guys are actually awesome.
They are. I love
think
them.
that should lead us to our word of the day.
Yes.
We got a word of the day.
And the word of the day, you should know what the word of the day is.
You should
gonna
already
be.
know.
You
We
should
said it
already
so
know.
many times.
Okay. The word of the day is, you ready?
Patty.
Melt.
Patty melt.
Yes. Yes, we did use two words and
That's
we said word of the
exactly
day,
right.
but this is our show. We can do what
We
we
do what
want.
we wanna do.
All right. The word of the day is patty melt.
Yes.
And we're so glad that Plant Burger is offering a 2 for $10 combo on patty melts
Yes.
all weekend long from Friday to Sunday with code MELT, MELT, in the app and in the store, y'all.
That's a
You
big
know,
deal.
usually it's like just in the app.
Exactly.
And you be like, dog. you know? But
it's-
you can
it's
actually
both of
go
them.
to the store and say MELT.
Exactly.
And get you 2 for 10.
That's right. This
And-
weekend only.
Yes.
And we listen, we're telling you right now, whether you are a meat eater or you're plant-based, you will love this place. So you got to go.
Yeah.
If you're in the DMV area, it's in just about every Whole Foods in the area. I saw
That's right.
the other day like 6 or 7 different locations.
Yeah.
So you guys need to go, enjoy, and I think you'll like the vibe too. It's the kind of place that you want to be in.
Exactly. And our New York Chimes, you can go ahead and
Exactly.
and hit up the
Check out the one in Union Square.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That'll be. I'm jealous that I wouldn't have been able to go before you, but that's okay. Go ahead and enjoy it.
That's
So
right.
we'll see y'all next time. We'll be here again next week.
Well, you gotta hit us up on the Wednesday night live.
Oh, that's right. Come on our live Wednesday night. We are
Wednesday
there
night
on
at
YouTube
9 and
or
YouTube.
Facebook, and of
What
course.
did I just say?
I don't know. What did I say? YouTube, Facebook.
Oh, did I say Facebook?
Whatever
Okay.
it is. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see y'all then this Wednesday night, and bye.
Peace.